Hello students, how are you? Hope you all are fit and fine. In this video tutorial, we are going to discuss the very first chapter of subject IT. The first chapter name is Computer Organizations and Operating System User Perspective. In this, the first topic is Fundamental Concepts of Computer System. In this topic, we are going to discuss further two topics. First one is Characteristics of Computer and the second one is Block Diagram of Computer. So let's begin. So this is our book of class 11 IT tools. From this book we can know about our syllabus and we will learn each and everything from it, and I will share you the link of book in the description below. And here we have the first topic. These are all the units and chapters which is into our syllabus, and this is our first chapter which we are going to discuss today, the computer organization and operating system user perspective. And after that we have the networks and internets, and we have to learn about the office automation tools which you already have learned in your ninth and 10th class, and the multimedia design in which we are going to edit the photographs like you use uh, Photoshop and many other tools also. But in this we will discuss the GIMP software tool. Okay, so yes, this is our first unit, and we will learn the basic things in this chapter. For example, like fundamental concept of computer systems. The key concept that will be addressed are hardware, software, and you can see that the functionality of the computer operating system and types of operating systems. So first of all, as you all know, like you already know the definition of computer. Computer is a machine which execute a set of instructions provided by the user to provide the desired output, and we can do many different things inside the computer at the same time. And the computer can only understand the binary language. For example, if we are going to transfer some information with human to human, we will use some language, and we use the high level language, the English language, Hindi, Punjabi, and many other languages which the humans are using to communicate with each other are the high level languages. But computer understand the low level languages, which is the machine language, and which is the only 0 and 1. And you can also say that it is the binary language. In the basically the computer understands the binary language only, which is 0 and 1. So 0 indicates the offset and 1 indicates the onset, which means when there is a 1, it means the electricity is on. You can say it high and low also. 1 indicates the high and 0 indicates the low. So basically we just need to understand that the computer understand only the binary language, and whatever the instructions which we are going to give the computer, it will convert that language into the binary language. Then computer can understand what we are going to tell to the computer, and that will perform some specific task with the help of some instructions. Because a computer is made up with the hardware and softwares, and the software is a collection of programs and program is the collection of instructions which we are feeding into the computer system, so that whatever we want to do, the computer will understand it and do the task for us and give us the desired output which we want to. So basically just we need to understand that the computer is a machine which takes the input from us, and it process that in particular input which we giving to the computer and give us the desired output. And computer understand only the binary language which is 0 and in the 1 form. So the next thing which we need to remember, there is a multiple characteristics of computers, you can say the features of computers, the speed of computer is so high, and we can recognize the speed in the form of MIPS, which means the million instructions per second. Like here you can see into the third line, 3 or 4 MIPS at the same time, Like computer can understand millions of instructions per second. Like for example, if we have write down uh, a program of 10 instructions, 10 lines you can say. One software is made up of multiple programs and one program is made up of multiple instructions. So you can say the computer can understand millions of instructions per second. So the speed of understanding the things is very high, and you can simply see this is just a small example like 3 and 4 MIPS, millions instructions per second. But nowadays computer can understand more than it. So you can simply see this, the speed of the computer is so high because it will read up the multiple lines like the millions of instructions per second. But if a human needs to read up single instructions or multiple instructions like 2 or 3 instructions, it will take some time. Like we cannot, like human cannot understand the million instructions per second. So you can see that the difference between the human the to understand the instructions and the machine to understand the instructions is very high. And the second thing which we need to remember is the versatility, which means computer can do multiple things at the same time. Like you can listen a music at the same time, you can see a video, and you can play a video game at the same time. Like you are playing your favorite song, and you can also play some video game, and many other things you can do multiply into the computer system. So the second thing which we need to remember is the versatility, is the ability of computer to a variety of jobs with the ease. Like easily computer can understand and do many things at the same time. And the third thing which is the accuracy. Machine, computer is the machine as you all know. Like the machine does not do any mistake from its own. Machine makes mistake when human gives the machine the wrong input. Like if we are going to machine a wrong input, it will give you the wrong answer obviously, and it will make the mistake. Actually machine doesn't make mistake. Well, whatever we instructions given to the computer or the machine, that machine will do that thing only, because we consider machine as the dull and dumb machine. It doesn't have any intelligence inside it. But nowadays it is not like that. Computer is not a dull and dumb machine. It will give you the error and it will tell you, and it will automatically correct sometimes the mistake which we are giving to the computer. So computer does not do the mistake to its own. Like we can see it here, gigo, which means the garbage in garbage out. Like whatever we feed inside the computer, it will come out. If we insert the good input inside it, the good output will be out to us. And the next thing is a diligence, which means it never get bored. Computer never get bored. Like if we want to give the computer a single task the 100 time or the 1,000 time, it will automatically do. And it will not say to you like I'm getting bored, I'm not doing that thing again and again. But humans can get bored after some time. Like if we are doing the same thing again and again, then we will get bored so fast. But computer is the thing which doesn't get bored while doing the same thing again and again. And this is the kind of the far and this is the kind of the advantage for us. Like if we need to do some task again and again, we will simply give it to the computer. And if that task we need to be done, and we get help from any other person, then that person will also get bored and not do that thing for you. Or if they do that thing for you, it will cost very much. So we do that thing for so we do that things which we need. So the things which takes so much time and repeatedly which we need to do the things we simply, and the things which need repeated tasks, we simply give these tasks to the computer so that the task will be done very and obviously computer doesn't go bored of doing the same thing again and again. So the next thing we need to understand is like the memory. Memory is also the characteristics, the feature of computer. Because the computer have a lot more memory, we can add many external memories also. Like we can add the external hard disk to extend the internal storage of the computer, and many portable hard disk also, the pen drives, the floppy disk, and many other things, the pen drives also. We can expand our computer size every time when we needed it. But for example, the human mind have a limited storage. We cannot remember all the things at the same time, uh, right? So the next thing is the storage. Like huge amount of data and the information can be stored, and the people get little confused about the storage and the memory. But the memory is something like the if we simply set an alarm inside our computer system or the mobile, then it is not like that computer said to you like I forget about that alarm, and I forget about that notification which I need to giving to you. It will not give you the that kind of mistakes and that kind of excuses. It doesn't give you, but human can give you the excuses. Like for example, if I need to do some work at that time, at some time, and maybe I can forget, because I am a human and I can forget many things at the same time, because I have a limited memory. I cannot remember all the things at the same time. But computer is the thing which remembers each and every task at the same time, whenever whatever we have set the time, and whatever the task which we have done to do, the computer can easily remember, and it will not give you the excuse that I don't remember that thing to do. So so computer have a very good memory and the huge storage. You can say huge amount of data and information can be stored inside a computer for future retrieval. And the human memory is limited, as we have discussed. Human memory is limited and fades away with the time, but computer's memory doesn't fade away with the time. So the last thing is the intelligence. In early days, as I have told to you, like uh, computer is considered as the dull and dumb machines, but nowadays it is not like that. And you all are here about the artificial intelligence, which is inside our computer systems, many computer systems and nowadays. So computer is not more longer a dull and dumb machine, because we can play with our computer system. We can play a chess, we can play many other video games in our computer system, and our computer system have that program, that artificial intelligence, to understand like what to do next. Like whatever the task which we are going to give the computer system, and he can understand it easily and do that task for us, and do some of the creativity. For example, you can see with the Google Assistant, and you can see it in the iPhone Siri. And when we talk to the Siri or the Google Assistant, it will give you the remarkable results. Like when you say the how are you, Google Assistant, then it will answer you like I am fine. What about you? And you are asking about any questions to the Google Assistant, it will search it onto the into their Google database, and it will answer you back into the few seconds if your internet connection is good. So our computer system nowadays have the artificial intelligence, and it is not that much bored nowadays, and not a dull and dumb machine we consider, as we consider it in the early days. So the last thing which we have to discuss, like the block diagram of computer, and it is the very important thing to understand, because this thing will come into the examination every year. And the examiner simply tells you about like write down the block diagram of computer and explain their features and explain each things inside the block diagram of computer. So as we know, like the four things are inside our block diagram of computer. The diagram of computer are generally divided into the four categories. First one is the input, like here you can see the input unit, and the second one is the memory unit, the secondary storage you can say, and the third thing is the output unit, and fourth one, the last one, is the CPU, in which we can do the arithmetical logical units and the control units. So the block diagram is divided into the four categories: input, storage, output, and the control unit. And we will learn these diagram and the each thing with the help of example. For example, we have given any input to the computer, like the first step is accepted input. Computer accepted the input which we are giving to it. For example, I am giving any task like the 2 plus 2. What is the 2 plus 2? I'm giving that instructions to the computer. So computer accept that instructions from me with the help of keyboard, with the help of mouse, because mouse and keyboards are the input units. With the help of mouse and keyboard, I can give instructions to the computer. So after that, the instructions which I have given to the computer, that input accepted by the computer is coming into the storage, which is our second point. And the task which I have given to the computer with the help of input is now into the storage. And storage is, it might be the primary storage you can say, because like the primary storage is the RAM. And first of all, the task which I have given to the computer is come into the RAM. And that task which I have given to the computer is taken by the processor takes the input from the user and give it to the RAM. And this is also called the main memory, you can see it here, or the primary memory, which is the working memory of the machine. Like the every task which we need to process, that task will be first come into the RAM. And after that, the control unit controls all the processing, because not only the like CPU have some many features inside it, like CPU have the control unit, CPU have the arithmetical logical unit which performs the arithmetical operations like 2 plus 2, 2 minus 2, 2 multiply by 2. Like the manner in which the program is to be executed is managed by the control unit of the computer. As you can see, that thing will control the entire process which we are going to do. Like the computer are going to do 2 plus 2. First of all, that first 2 will be converted into the binary form. The plus will convert it into the binary form. The another 2, the last 2 is converted into the binary form. And that all binary language will be do some specific task which I have given to it. And then the some binary output will be generated, and that binary output will be come into the decimal form into the 4, like so that we can simply see this 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. We can see it into the our calculator, but it is not that much easy which we can see into our naked eyes, because the computer have done many processing out backside in computer are doing many processing backside. We cannot see it, but we have to learn that things. So simply we just need to understand, like first of all input will be come, and that input will be come into the storage of the RAM. And after that the control unit controls all the processings. And that processing, the input provided by the user are processed by the central processing unit CPUs. As per the specific instructions, the result of the processing is then either directed to the output devices. Obviously, like first of all, we take input, we process that input, and after processing and after getting the output, the result, that result will be shown to the user with the help of some output device, some the like some monitor, the display, and the display of the mobile, laptop, or something else. And that output will be provided into the last point, like provides output. The output of the computation carried out by the computer is often directly to the display devices, such as, for example, the computer may output, the output should be the music also, the video also, and some text. in front of the display, you can see. So in this video tutorial we have discussed about the block diagram of computer, which is divided into four categories. First is the input, second is the storage, third is the output, and fourth one is the CPU. And CPU have some features inside it, like the CU, control unit, and the arithmetical logical unit. And we are we already have discussed the characteristics of computer: the intelligence thing, the storage, the memory, the diligence, the accuracy, versatility, and the speed. And we just need to understand the little things about it, like the speed. We can write down into the examination easily if we have the knowledge about each and everything inside it. So we just need to remember that computer understand only the low level language, which is the machine language. It is into the 0 and 1 form. And I will give you the another tutorial on the binary form, and what is the decimal thing, what is the binary, and what is the low level language, machine language. And it is fine for today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.